Tim got everything finished, bladed off and rolled in Friday. It's Monday morning and the surveyor's coming today to kind of relay these buildings back out and stake out my pond. So as you can see, everything's pretty well just kind of graded off and rolled in to kind of give a good clean slate to work with. I'm going to go down here this morning to the back corner where we stopped on Friday and finish moving a little topsoil back and cutting that slope out so that it's got fall down to the ditch that will eventually run into the retention pond. Retention pond, it's going to hold water. So I come in here with the excavator and kind of notched it out. I didn't even set the laser up. I just kind of eyeballed it because I know it had a foot of fall from one pad to the next, and 12 inches is what that stair steps down to, and it ties in about 10 feet from the pad, so it was fairly easy to eyeball, and that saved me about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loads of pushing dirt with the dozer. So if I could load it out, save me a lot of time versus having to cut it all with the dozer and push it down the hill, you know, 1 or 2 yards at a time. So it's cut out probably, if that was 8 loads, that was probably about 150 yards of dirt and 20 yards of load. 150, 160. They won't heaping loads, but I'm gonna get on the dozer real quick and blade over this and let Tim check a little bit of grade. So one nice thing about this clay is it grades out pretty nice once you get it smoothed out enough where you can really touch it up. But got the little swale cut in here, and now pretty much that I've got this cut in, I'll start on the next building pad tomorrow, get that cut down to grade, and then I'll go into the road in between that stake and that stake, do the same thing. It'll have the same little swale in between it so that the water will run down between the units under the excavator and all the way to the back. So this morning we're going to start doing the ditches in between the units. I started on that one yesterday, and today I'm going to come between the first unit, which is 20 foot wide, and the second unit, which is 30 feet wide. And we've got to cut the access road between it, and what that is a 20 foot wide path that it'll be stone, so I got to cut it out an extra 4 inches for stone, plus these pads are touch high, so we can get in here and finish grade them out. They only got to come down maybe 2 or 3 tenths per pad. Like that one over there is filled 0.043, and I got to go down about 2 tenths to make up for stone and concrete. So Tim was up here checking this. So this was, what was this, on 1.3? 3.8. Okay, this is 1.38, even though you couldn't see me write that. And right here was 1 point. You said that was 3.2 or 3.8?
The one closer was 3.2, the back one was 3.8.
Okay, I already wrote it down wrong. 0.38 cut. So I got to take this down about a foot, and let's see. I saw my. I'll just do 1.3 cut. That's about 15 inches, 16 inches. It's got to come down right there. And then that'll pretty much, as it goes right here, you'll be able to make a right turn and go to that side of the unit, or make a left turn and go to that side of the unit, or to keep going straight. So I've got to cut all this out as well to match the 12-inch step down that is right there. So we'll get all this laid out this morning. I'll come in here with the excavator, cut it out, and I can straddle those marks and be able to read it. And I'll cut that out, load it in the truck, and we'll come in here with the dozer and the motor grader and slick it up like I did over here. You can kind of see how this will look when it's done. There'll be just a ditch in the center. Now this, keep in mind, this has got to come up like 4 or 5 inches for stone. That's why it's so much steeper than it looks like it needs to be. And then the pad cut down, it'll all even out where it's only about a 5 to 6 inch drop. All right, we're going to finish laying the rest of these out. We just finished a load out. He's going to head over there and dump that. You can kind of see the channel now. It's about a little over a foot deep from the edge. And I'll get in here with the dozer and the grader and grade it out. But for the most part, this is probably, I've probably gone 200 feet. And I've dug out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, is there one hiding back there? It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's load number 9. So that pretty much explains why I'm coming here with the excavator and cutting it out, because if I come down here with the dozer and started pushing from way up there to down here, I'd have dirt pushed over all the stakes, and I would have all that dirt mounded up in between. I have to load it out anyway, so it's just easy enough for me to come in here with the excavator. Tim just walked out there and checked it. It's all within a couple inches of where it needs to be. When I run in there with the grader, I'll run there with the dozer first and slick it up, then I'll put the grader in there and tweak it around to where it needs to be, and it'll pretty much be right on grade then. So I'm gonna load out another load and get the dozer in there. that I have the swale roughed in with the dozer, I'm gonna get on the grader here, run down here. I'm gonna clean the edges up first and then grade that out. Tim's on the dozer now, pushing off all the dirt that we dug out from here. I'll get this graded out, we'll get her rolled in. So now I got my swale cut out and on grade. I'm gonna come up here and start cutting. I cut these pads about 6 inches high in case we could actually raise these so that they wouldn't be in the ground so much, but we're gonna need the dirt for down there to fill in the lift, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it on grade like it's supposed to. So I've got to come in here and cut this down about 6 inches. So Tim's gonna bring the truck over here and I'm going to skim this down. He's gonna check grade for me. I'll get this pad cut down, probably about 2 loads of dirt. Alright, just finished running over this pad with the grader, and let's see how close. Now, I haven't checked it since I cut it down with the excavator. Cut this on here if I can do this one-handed. 6'7" is grade. Let's go see what we got. It's a nice smooth spot right here. Look at that. Right on grade. That's what I'm talking about. Quarter-inch low. I can deal with that. Yes, sir. We'll come over here at the skid steer and touch up around these grade stakes. I'll just grade as close as I can to them, and then when the concrete guys come, they can form up and pull their pins off, or pull all their strings off that pin, and they can take the skid steer or shovel and chop that little bit of dirt out. It'll keep the surveyor from having to come back and repin everything. But I'm happy with that. I'll check the rest of it, but a little low spot right there. But for the most part, everything is right on grade, within a quarter to a half an inch. We got to put down some processed fill or some stones, so that'll make up for those little imperfections right there. But if it's that close, I mean, like right there, perfect. Perfect. All right, well, I'll get Tim to roll this in, and I'll start on building number 2.